Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is another video in the series of the Narcissist and how they use special occasions for their own gains. And this video is more to do with how narcissists use special occasions to hoover people back into any given situation with that narcissist. Narcissistic parents can do this, narcissistic partners can do this, narcissistic children can do this. They will use a special occasion to their advantage, as the narcissist is usually requiring excessive attention. They're requiring some form of supply from somebody, whether that's gaining positive attention or whether that's using somebody to punish somebody else to gain that negative attention. And when it comes to the Narcissist Hoover coming from the vacuum cleaner brand Hoover, as a narcissist comes along to suck you back into their games, to treat you like dirt, to discard you all over again. We have to remember the final discard comes from you. Whenever a narcissist feels like they can pick you back up to exploit you all over again, they will do so. So this video is to explain more about the narcissist and how they use special occasions to hoover people back into the relationship. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome and understand narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to the hoover and special occasions, narcissistic parents can do this to you, and they can do it in a way to punish you, to guilt trip you. So narcissistic parents, there might be a special occasion coming up and all of a sudden they will want you to be there. And you might have already made plans and they're going to come at you and claim that that's just like you. You never think about them, how they're never going to forgive you for this. Even though the previous years they've had very, very little to do with you. However, this year, for some reason, they feel like they want you to be a part of their special occasion. And because you're not conforming to their demands, they're going to start insulting you. Narcissistic parents will use special occasions to hoover you back into their games. They will send those happy birthday messages. They will send those thinking of you messages. Now, genuine people can do this who have been isolated from people, who have made genuine mistakes. When it's somebody who is psychologically abusive towards you and has a repeat pattern of behaviour and has traits of the disorder such as a sense of entitlement, lack of empathy, willing to exploit people, requiring excessive attention, envious of others, arrogant and haughty behaviours, there's a good chance it's a toxic person trying to hoover you back in, and it's time for you to take a sidestep and leave them to it. On special occasions, a narcissist might suddenly start sending you gifts. They might start sending you lavish gifts, excessive gifts. They might send you cheap gifts. They might send you a gift that has some form of memory attached to it. They might send you a gift that used to belong to somebody else because they're discarding that person, they're devaluing that person, so they've taken the gift back off that person and now they're sending it to you to hoover you back into their games. They might get in touch with you asking you to remember the good times. They might message you to try and trigger a memory of, do you remember when we did this? Do you remember when we went there? And this is when you have to remember the hurt, the letdowns, being blamed, shamed, criticised, judged, punished, not listened to, those feelings of anxiety, the worry, the stress. You have to remember how you felt when around them so that you don't fall for their games when they're pulling on your heartstrings, trying to get you to remember the good times. You shared those times with them. So you're allowed to remember them, and you're allowed to remember them in a way that works for you. You're allowed to give those times a meaning that works for you. You can remember the good times from how you felt and how good it was for you, but recognize that they were manipulating you, and don't go back to those times. Life is to learn and to move forward, not go back. The more you go back, the longer you put off moving forward with your life. And it does take at least 7 attempts to get out of these kinds of relationships because of that emotional pull to them, because you have that object consistency, you have the empathy, so you care about that person. So it does take time to step over the fear and the pain of distancing yourself from them. When a narcissist isn't getting their own way, they might start messaging you with those, "Why do you hate me? Why are you being like this?" in order to get you to explain and defend yourself to them. And as soon as they've got you explaining and defending yourself to them, they've got you right where they want you. And they can then twist it any way they want to either guilt trip you, to pity play with you, to shame you, or to blame you, to frustrate you, to bring out those feelings of resentment within you. A narcissist will use all communication to their advantage and against you, which is why it's best when they're asking these questions just to leave them to figure it out for themselves. It can be very difficult because we like closure, we like communication, we like compromise, so we can ask people questions in order to gain these. So when people ask us, we feel a need to respond to them. With genuine people, where you can strike up that two-way conversation, all is well. With narcissistic people, where you are going to have your emotions run through the mill and then spat back out, it's not worth it. They might send you the random message of the happy birthday, happy Christmas, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, just to see whether you respond back to them. This is usually a narcissist testing the waters. The best response is no response. If you can block and delete them, block and delete them. If you can't, for whatever reason, you cannot, ignore them if you can, because narcissistic people thrive off creating chaos. And the more you communicate with them, the more you let them in your life, the more chaos they are going to cause you. And in life, we have enough problems that find us naturally that we have to find solutions for without getting ourselves involved in more problems that aren't anything to do with us. The narcissist problems are their own. If they want to create problems for themselves, leave them to go and create those problems while you work on finding solutions for your own life. They might start messaging you with those, "I've missed you," or the future fakes of, "Why don't we go and do this together?" If you're still in a relationship with them and they've gone through the devaluation and a temporary discard, but you're still together technically, a narcissist can use a special occasion to hoover you back in, that giving of gifts. They can future fake. They can say, "Oh, let's get through this Christmas and then we'll start planning a wedding. Let's do this and then we'll start planning that holiday." They are planning a fake future with you to get their needs met in the present, because they haven't got a source of supply lined up for whatever special occasion is coming up. They're going to future fake with you to lull you into that false sense of security, that false sense of hope, to keep you where they want you just long enough until they can discard you for a new source of supply. If people continue to hurt your feelings, to mistreat you, to let you down, to misunderstand you, to fail to communicate with you, to punish you, whether they are on the spectrum of the disorder or not, they are not the kinds of people you want to be around. You cannot fix other people. People have to be willing to fix themselves. You cannot change other people. You cannot change who you are in order to change other people. It's not how it works. People have to change themselves. Narcissistic people are usually quite envious of you. They're drawn into you for some quality that you have. Yet because they're envious of that quality, they seek to sabotage it for you. So they go through many manipulative methods to change who you are as a person, because you're always trying to please them, help them. But they're changing you into somebody that you don't like and they don't like. And once they've got you there, they up and leave you. And the more you change yourself to try and suit them, the more they dislike you. The more you are the person who you are and who you want to be, the more a narcissist will be envious of you. You cannot change yourself to suit them. It doesn't work that way. A narcissist changes themselves to suit themselves. They change themselves to future fake, to mirror, to devalue, to discard, to hoover. They change themselves to suit themselves. They mirror you and sell you an illusion of who you would like them to be, of what you would like to hear, to suck you into the relationship with them. Then once they've got you where they want you, they devalue you. They change into a person that hurts you and punishes you and criticizes you and puts you down as a person to feel better about themselves, to sabotage you, to take away from you what they're envious of. And then when they feel a need for you again, they change the game again and they come back to hoover you. They put on that charismatic charm to suck you back in, to treat you like dirt, to discard you all over again. Narcissists change to suit themselves. And in one aspect, that's what we have to do. No longer change to suit those around us, change to suit who we are as a person. Narcissists change to manipulate. You have to change to be who you are, be who you want to be, create your values, create your beliefs, so that your boundaries are the deal breakers and you'll no longer let people like this within your life, because you're not going to choose to please people if it goes against who you are as a person. People can either accept you for who you are or leave you for who you are, which is a narcissist. Narcissists know that people aren't going to accept them for who they are because they are very destructive people. So they put that admiration-seeking face on to gain the attention, and then they put that devaluation, that envious face on to punish people. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. If you are looking for further understanding and help overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have a few online guides available, and the teachable links are in the description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the description. Go out there, create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.